It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Yo, man. Boom, Miss Rusty. What's up? I'm already bringing my guest out. I should just go like that and not have to do an intro because I just wanted to get right into it. And I'm bringing my special guest on. He's already fucking here. So, is Bryan Withawhy? What is happening, dude?
Living life, man. Living. This is the earliest I've been up. Earliest I've been out of bed in like 7 years.
Dude, that's a long fucking time. So it's
Yeah.
fucking 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I set my alarm for 6:30, and it was crazy because I'm sober now, and
Oh shit.
yeah, it
Okay.
was just it was
What
crazy because I woke up. Huh?
what level of sober are you?
Oh,
Are you totally sober? Are you Portland sober?
I still use nicotine and caffeine,
Okay. But like you don't still
but
smoke weed.
no weed, no alcohol, no Adderall or
Wow.
anything like that.
Okay, cool, man. Congratulations. How's that going? It's a weird fucking trip, man.
It
It's a
is,
really weird
but
trip.
dude, my sets last night were amazing. I felt like I was scared because I've never, like, I could count on one hand how many times I've done comedy sober, and I just totally out of my comfort zone times 10. And then I realized it was just weird how quickly I was able to process things while I was on stage. I didn't think, and just kind of like my act outs and stuff were just like so much. They were. I was just coming up with stuff so much quicker, and it was just interesting. I was like, wow, I'm really comfortable, and uh, this is fun.
Yeah, dude, it was a fucking trip doing sober comedy, man. Like, yeah, because I mean, like when I started out, I was fucked up every time, dude. Like,
Mhm.
at least a little bit, which was stupid. I
Yeah,
shouldn't have been doing that. Like, but then that's how I don't know. That's how it was then, dude. I was just
hmm
fucking high and drunk. I was usually at least high, like stoned, but like
yeah,
I'd probably be at least getting one drink at every time until I got too cheap, and then I started ordering cokes and stuff because beer was too expensive. The fun times of that, and yeah, I don't know. It
yeah.
was a weird time.
The Mondays were always the toughest because I hosted the mic at Dante's, and
Oh,
they give comics a free drink and a slice of pizza, and I kind of I learned that I could get a drink from the bartender that's working up until 4 p.m. And, I always tipped her. And then the bartender that came on after 4 p.m., I could get a drink from him, and they were pouring me, I would get tequila and Red Bull. So I'd get
right. Oh,
the,
dude,
the pint.
Jesus
And
Christ.
yeah, and it was just like, and then there's a mic that there's like 5 mics on Monday, but the two main ones that I would go to after my mic is the university carts, and they have $3 shots of well drinks. So you're just
Whoa.
like, you're already like 2 pints, 2 talls in, and then you're like, oh, I'll take a shot. And I'm like, Milo, you want a shot? Like, Aaron, you want a shot? And it's like, you're not paying like $7 or $8 a shot, so you're buying like 3 or 4 and handing them out, and I could kind of govern my alcohol use. But then when I really told myself, I was like, I want to quit smoking so my comedy can kind of go to the next level. Then, like, even when I was able to not, like, finally not smoke before leaving, and finally not take weed to smoke when I was out, someone was always smoking. Someone always had a vape pen, and they were always so generous with letting me borrow it. And so even the few nights that I put myself in a position where I couldn't smoke, or, couldn't buy it or have it, someone would like just like whip it out and like just like hand it to you, and you just like power hit it. And you hadn't smoked flower in like 2 or 3 days, so then the weed vape like
Oh
hits you
shit.
hard, and you're just like, yeah, this is my little safety blanket, my little warm, uh, yeah, my warm hug.
Yeah, dude. It's a fucking trip. Like all of it, man. Like, yeah, I don't know. Cause yeah, I fucking was sober like totally for like a while, years and years. And then I started smoking weed again. And so like I'm doing the California, and that's what it's been. And like, but I was sober for a long time. Um, and yeah, doing comedy, dude, like, especially hosting too. Like you host, dude. Like hosting sober is fucking weird, dude. And did you ever come out to my show in West Lynn? I think you did. Maybe once, maybe not.
I
I think
told
you
you I
did.
was going to show up, and then I just got in my own headspace about it and
Okay.
didn't leave the apartment, and then gave you some bullshit excuse. But that was just me being a flaky Mick anxious boy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, dude. Yeah. And your trick, your fucking mic is. Are you not doing that one anymore? Are you doing a different one? You're not doing Dante's anymore?
Oh no, I still do it. Yeah, every
Oh,
Monday.
okay.
Yeah, 4
Cool.
to 6.
Awesome, dude. How's that going?
It's going really good. Because like they give the comics, a drink and a slice, and then I buy like some trinkets and treats and do no wrong answer trivia at the end. And a lot of people say it's their favorite mic, and they seem genuine about it because it's kind of it's
It's
just,
you running it,
yeah, it's just me. And
you
I've had
know?
people offer to help co-host it, and I'm just like, no, I need, because there's some days. Hold on. There's some days where you're just kind of like not feeling silly, or you're just like, is everyone else as miserable as I am right now? I just want to like stay home and play Xbox or whatever. And then you're like, well, I don't have a co-host. I didn't feel this way until an hour before the mic, so I can't really find a guest host, and I just got to power through it. And I know if I had a co-host or someone kind of that was readily available to help, that I would probably only do like half of them. So I'm glad that I powered through it, because when I look back on it, uh, I always like to calculate like how many minutes I've spent on stage, because I think that does a lot for my confidence. And so I'm always like, well, I did 10, I did 10 mics this week, and 4 of them were 5 minutes and 6 of them were 3 minutes, so that's whatever. But then I'm like, no, Bryan, but also on top of that, you did 10, 15 minutes at the start, and then you did a minute and a half between each comic. You had 20 comics, so that's 40 plus additional minutes every week for the last 4 years. So that needs to be acknowledged for what it's worth.
Yeah, dude. And how are you doing your uh the list? Like how's the list work for you? What's your list method?
I put it out. I put it out on
What do
the
you,
table.
oh,
So
it's like
people, yeah. So people, what I do is I say, um, message me for the float or show up at 3:45. And basically, if they message me to go on the float, then that means that when they show up, they basically can go up when they want, because they've told me that they're going to be there.
yeah.
And then I usually have like 3 or 4 people that are there before it starts. But most of the people, like 10, 12 people, most of the people show up like 4:30 to like 5:15, because everyone's getting done at 4:30 or whatever. And it's pretty cool, because it's I've never been like stressed from, like, the only time I was like stressed out is when it first started. And there wouldn't be any comics after like 5:15, 5:20. So I'm like, holy shit, I gotta fill 40 minutes by myself. So I would go on stage with like 2 or 3 notebooks and just kind
Oh,
of
damn.
start turning pages. And I was like, man, this sucks. I don't know what I got to do to get people to show up. And then eventually, like a month later, people just consistently showed up, and I never had that problem again. But I realized how much it forced me to fill time, and it just forced me to grow. And those 4 or 5 Mondays where I had to fill 40 minutes at the end, I think that
Whoa.
really pushed me.
So what are you drinking now? What's your drink now?
I had a sugar-free watermelon Red Bull mixed with Sprite.
Okay. All right. That sounds cool, man.
I'm a big fan of the sour stuff, like lime and lemon, and just because then I can, like, every time I take a sip, it's like got a little bite to it.
Yeah. What kind of drinks do you drink? What do you like to do? You drink like uh energy drinks? Is that your
Oh,
jam? Or are you a soda
oh,
guy?
oh. Um, I do Ghost. I drink like 2 to 3 Ghosts a day. Um,
Wow.
and
Okay.
then I'll drink like 3 or 4 cans of Coke Zero, and then
Whoa.
a couple either like Gatorade Zeros, or I've been buying the Crystal Light flavor mixing packets because you can get some that are caffeinated.
Whoa.
And I've been trying to also, with the sobriety, be more aware and keep track of how much caffeine I'm drinking.
Sure. Yeah,
Keep it,
dude.
because for like when I was, the last like year or two, I would uh, get up and I would kill a ghost or a bang in the shower, and then I'd get to work,
Whoa.
and then the first hour I'd have a snack and then crack my second one, and then I would drink, either the Coke Zero or the Gatorade. Take my break at like 1:30, 2:30, and then when I came back, I'd crack the third one,
Holy
and
shit.
then
Okay.
it's like 11 a.m. and it's like, I gotta be up at 5. Why can't I get to sleep?
Yeah, dude. You're not drinking any tea? Any hot tea? Are you a hot tea drinker at all?
I am, but I only think about it when I have like at work when I get I also drink coffee, but I'll brew it. I have a AeroPress at the apartment, but I have this technique at the hospital in how to brew like a single cup at a time. So I'll drink that stuff. But usually, if I have like 3 or 4 like drinks, it'll give me like a stomach ache because I don't
Sure.
eat too much. If I eat a lot at the hospital, it's night shift, so I'll get cold and tired. So I keep it super light. But I'll get a stomach ache, and then that's when I drink the mint tea. But
Oh, dude, mint tea is fucking good, man. It's
yeah,
really
but
good
I'm
for
not.
that.
If I'm doing anything at the house that's hot, it's gonna be the coffee with like a quarter cup of chocolate milk.
Dude, have you ever had hot Tang?
No, that sounds
Dude,
good.
dude, that's like with what you say you like right there. Dude, like, let me tell you about hot Tang. I was just telling my friend about it. I gave him some the other day,
Is
dude.
he
Some
next to you?
fucking hot Tang. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, I
yeah.
just didn't. I didn't know if you were just looking. I don't know what you were looking at because
Oh
it
no,
looked like.
yeah, he's over there.
Okay.
And dude, hot Tang. So like when I went to China, dude, um, hot Tang. Like I had this drink. It was they just called it orange. I don't know if they called it orange juice or just orange,
Hot
but
orange.
yeah, dude, I had it and it tastes. I'm like, this tastes like hot Tang, and I'm like, dude, I fucking went back like every morning and got it, and I was just so into it. And then I came back and I bought fucking Tang. It tastes a lot like it. It's not perfect, but
Mhm.
just like boil some fucking water and then put Tang in there, and dude, it'll fucking blow your mind. It'll be so good in the winter. Like once the start, you get like the rainy days, dude, and you're like, dude, I want some fucking hot Tang, hot Tang.
That's like that phrase hot Tang, that's got like some cachet to it. Like that would be like a like a band name or an album name or something. Hot Tang.
Hot Tang, dude. I'm gonna go see Hot Tang tonight, dude. They fucking kicked ass last time. Last time they fucking did all kinds of crazy shit. You'd never believe it, dude.
Dude, the lead singer said he was gonna crowd surf, and then when he jumped, everyone scuttled out of the way, and he ate shit, and he got up and finished the show.
Yeah, dude. He had like a little bit of like hurt to him. He was limping a little bit, man. He had to wear an eye patch, and like he fucking blacked out for like 2/3 of it for like 2 hours.
I
But
heard
he
that.
came back, yeah, and then fucking rocked it for another 40 minutes, dude. And he was just fucking killing it, dude. Fucking killing it.
I heard the area where he hurt his knee that they made like a paste with Tang and then like packed it on there and wrapped it and then put like a hot compress on it. So it was
Dude.
like
Yeah, the hot Tang cold compress.
yeah, it's got healing. Yeah. Have you ever had steamed Red Bull?
No, like you use like a milk steamer?
Yeah.
And okay, so Steam Red Bull, what does that do? What does Steam Red Bull even turn into?
It takes the carbonation out and it gives it like a it tastes kind of like it's like a hot syrup kind of vibe.
Okay, dude.
Like concentrated, and there's no caffeine, so it's like you just sip it because it's like it's hot, but there's no bubbles, and it's just kind of it goes down smooth. But it's fun and I enjoy it, but it takes some steps, and it's like why don't you just kill the cold one? But it's definitely like good for sipping, like a post. If you eat a big meal, like while you would have espresso or coffee after a meal,
Right.
Sip it.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, like drinking cold drinks is not supposed to be, it's not good for your chi. Dude. It like cold, same with like cold anything really. Cold like cold vegetables and stuff. Because they say like your stomach is like a fire that has to keep being fed stuff that's warm, and anything that like is cold slows it down and puts the fire out a little bit to be able to burn all the food and liquid and shit that you take in the most effectively. So they don't drink cold shit. They look at you like you're crazy if you asked for a fucking soda with ice in it, or one that's been in a refrigerator when you're eating this hot ass food. But then you just sweat it out, dude. So like you drink like hot tea and shit while you're eating this hot fucking food. And dude, yeah, the guy that was doing the acupuncture that was smoking a cigarette, I think he told me that, dude. who is the doctor / fucking acupuncturist / fucking herbalist, dude. Yeah, dude. I trust that person. I trust that person who's doing all that while smoking a cigarette. Dude, China's cool, man. I would go back to China if I don't know if you ever feel like you want to go to China for some reason, dude. But especially if you go there with another blonde, like a blonde woman that's like pretty tall, like blonde hair, blue eyes, dude, and go there with a baby, you can make all kinds of money, bro. You can make so much fucking money. You don't have to do anything but just fucking stand there.
And people come up and like 50 yen picture, 50 yen picture.
Dude, yeah, dude. There's never seen a fucking baby that looks like that. Like, dude, like it blow their fucking mind, dude. Like, so this is my advice to anybody that has this as an option. If you can do this and you need to fucking make a little paper, just fucking go there, dude, and do that. go get, if you're blonde hair, blue eye, and you fucking go there with another blonde hair, blue eyed woman, and you're both fucking tall, and you go there with a baby, and you just stand there and you fucking rake in the money, dude. You can do whatever you want. So if you're ever wanting a career change at some point, plus, dude, the people there were way cool. At least wherever I went, dude, I never had a problem with anyone. I really like it. I think it got a really bad rap, but at least where I went, I don't know, it seemed chill. But yeah, if you ever want to go to China, that's my China talk.
Yeah, I just got to find me a blonde-haired, blue-eyed lady that I can trick into getting pregnant, and then hope that the baby comes out to our preferred preference, and then yeah, we're all set.
Yeah, dude. If not, you can just have a fucking doll, and you bring a doll. You can bring a blow up doll too, probably. And I think that'd probably work.
It could be like in The Hangover, where they have the carrier on the front, and they put the sunglasses and the beanie, and nobody would know. Like,
yeah, dude, you could totally do that, and they'd be fucking peeking in, trying to maybe check it out. Like, no way, dude, no fucking way.
Your baby smell like plastic.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know, man. We fucking are like 90% plastic, because if that's what we eat over here is plastic. So that's why baby smells like plastic. I don't know, man. It's a fucking crazy world we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck else is up, dude? What's the people like that are coming into the shows, dude? What's that like? What are the crowds like? What are they into? What kind?
I don't know. It's pretty woke.
Pretty woke.
Pretty woke. They're pretty sensitive to, race jokes or jokes about being gay, or and it's weird because it's like I haven't openly like asked people, but I present as like, a straight white guy, but like even when I go to like the like pro LGBTQ mics and share my stories about, my slightly homosexual experiences, I still don't like even if I'd make those jokes, it's still like I haven't like earned their respect or whatever. And so it's like I've always just told myself I got to look at the funniest, in my opinion, the funniest straight white guys and compare myself to them and see what they're doing that works. Because I can't come flying out the gate, dropping, the N-bomb. And I know that there's, that's kind of like an easy way to get laughs. I know that there's a couple black dudes that say that and it always gets a laughter, but it's not a laughter that's a result from, I think the only reason people laugh when they hear in Portland, when they hear someone say that, is they're laughing because it's the psychological laughter trigger of like uncomfortableness or like relief that they're not the one saying it or something like that. But it's not like an actual misdirection or an alliteration or things of three or a rhyme or a incongruity. It's none of that. It's not like, and I don't think, and this is just an assumption, I don't think a lot of any comics have really studied what stand-up is and what a joke is. And I think a lot of people, and this is just my personal opinion, but because I think I hold myself to a higher standard than a lot of people, but just people getting on stage and talking, people are like, oh, that's funny. That's funny. It's like, but I don't hear any like jokes. They're just like, I went on a date and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I don't know. When I got into stand up, I was very focused on myself being able to explain to somebody what is comedy, what is a joke, defining a premise, a setup, a punch, a tag, a topper, like all these these terminologies that I learned from Jerry Corley. I really wanted to be able to break down anybody's comedy to find out what's funny about it or why it's not funny. And I know a lot of people aren't super responsive to feedback, but
Well,
I
then
always
that's
am.
their own fucking fault, dude. That's gonna be
Right,
their downfall every
right.
time, dude. Every
Yeah.
fucking time.
But like
Yeah.
I think that, like, especially when it comes from a comedian, and I know we're all just amateurs kind of at this point, because nobody that's doing comedy is living off of it on our level, but whenever somebody says something, even if I don't like them as a person, I'll be like, hey, the thing you said about such and such, it made me think of this. And usually it's just kind of like, nah, I like where I'm going with the joke. It's like, well, you should just try it. You know,
Yeah.
there's this one comedian, and he's always super responsive, and I gave him a tag for one of his jokes, because he talks about how he sucks pussy, but it sounds like he's hitting a bong. And for like 3 months, 2 or 3 months, he would do it sounds like this. And people laugh, because they laugh at the idea, they laugh at the setup, and then they laugh at the joke, the
Right.
performance. And I was like, you know what you should do at the end? You should clear the stem, like clear the bong. So, and it's evolved to him, and like when he clears it, that's when he pulls the microphone out of the stand. And
Yeah.
he was just always, is Milo Loza. He's always just listened to my suggestions, and that makes me feel heard.
Dude, you should write them down, man. What, like, you should do a fucking class and, like, fucking, you know, even if it's something short before the mic, or after the mic, um, you know, price it how you see fit. But yeah, dude, like, there's not really that around town. Your show's already unique. Um, may as well fucking see who wants to listen, and then the people that will listen, and the people who don't, they can figure it out on their own, or they can have someone else, whoever they're trying to impress, um,
Right.
whatever it is. But yeah, man, I would do that if I were you. At least just offer it and see who's receptive, because then however it turns out, you can always talk to that person and they're receptive about it, and you know that it's worth your time to tell them. And if they don't, then you don't have to really waste your time telling them anything.
Yeah. I actually have taken on a comedy student. So
How's that going in? Who's that?
his name's Josh. He's only been doing comedy for about a year,
Yeah.
and he's a bit of a squirrely dude, and it's kind of like it's kind of evolved to, like, I joke, but I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on babysitting duty when he's like at mics and stuff, because he'll get kind of
Yeah.
loaded. And last night was kind of scary, because he was like, I don't know, he had an episode where he like kind of like passed out inside of the bar, and I was just like, you're done drinking, we're going outside, we're gonna get you, we're gonna make sure that you blah 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 get an Uber and stuff. And then that's kind of when he like, I was like, were you just, because he was like sweating, and it was like cold out, like I was pretty much dressed like this. I was like, why are you sweating? And he, must be the Percocets. I was like, oh well, yeah. But
Yeah.
that was kind of scary. And I told him last night, I was just like, dude, like, if you want me to keep being your comedy mentor, you gotta slow this down because I'm sober now, and yeah. But
Yeah.
he listens to my feedback and he incorporates it. So, and he's funny. And that's the thing, is like I noticed right away that he was funny even when he just started doing comedy. He's got a really unique voice. It's like super gravelly. He's like a heavy smoker, so it's got that Tara Reid like hoarseness to it, and people want to pay attention, or people listen just because it's so unique. But he hasn't been recording his sets or anything, but that's just kind of like basic stuff. But I think he'll kick into that. He'll start doing that more. But right now, but yeah,
Wow.
it's great. We chat a few times a week about comedy. He runs stuff through me, and then he'll, compensate me after I help him and such. That was cool. You muted that perfectly.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't want to fucking cough into the mic, dude. So like, I was like, shit. I'm trying to like reach around to find the little mouse. There's
Yeah,
a key command, but I don't remember what it is.
right.
But
And there's also a writing group that's going to be starting this next week, so I'm going to be going to that. There's one of the mics that I go to, the woman that runs it, Davy Kirsch. She's like, we should start meeting before the mic and keep it to like 4 or 5 people and blah blah blah. And I was like, count me in.
yeah, dude,
And
it's always good for that, man. Always good to
it's
be around the people.
yeah. I always feel really good when someone is like, we should hang out and write. Like, okay,
Right.
you see something in me that you could benefit from, and um yeah, it's cool to think about that, because that's kind of how people grow quickly with comedy, as they sit and people will ask like, how do you write? It's like, well, there's the times where you think of an idea and you're like, oh, this is an idea that is funny, so I'm gonna write on stage or explore it on stage. But you can tell the people that each week they have stuff that they've fleshed out.
Right. As opposed to just going and just like, especially if not listening, not taking any of that consideration, and like, oh, dude, it's perfect. Like, okay, well, you can at least, I don't know, like, you should be going up enough to try it for, just for that. Like, if someone tells you something, if you're not going up enough where you can't try it somewhere, that's on you, and that you should be going more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're getting enough of those ideas, dude, like, it's one time you try it. Yeah. But I don't know, man. So like, what's the weird mic? What's the weirdest fucking mic that's going on right now? Like this dude or some show. Are there any ones that are fucking just wild?
Like out of control or just wild, like must check out?
I guess like the premise of the show, or ones that I guess, one gets wild. And what's wild?
Well, I know I'm biased, but like I know that Dante's is pretty wild. Um,
Sure.
I've had to cancel 4 people for just weird behavior. There was this dude that came in, and he so Dante's is right downtown, and I usually go out like 20 minutes, 15 minutes to 4, and I bark on the street and try and get people into the mic. And there was this guy that came in. He was a homeless dude, and Gary Joseph Beaudry, and he'd come in and he'd have
Oh,
like
that's a
his,
great name.
yeah, he'd have his
Great
like
comedy name.
his black hefty bag of belongings, and he'd come in with his mismatching shoes, and he was always super squirrely. And then one day he came in and he was like touching the bottles, like in the well, like reaching over the bar and touching the bottles. And the bartender was like, get out of here, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I need my bird. And he was like, what are you talking about? And he goes in the bathroom and like digs this crow out of the garbage that he put there like earlier, and nobody knew. And it was just like, what the hell is this? And
Whoa.
yeah, and there was a time that we had this dude who 1 week he like stripped down into a leopard print thong and like his balls were hanging out. And I was like,
Like,
you
what do you mean
can't be
hanging
doing
out?
that. Like the thong was like splitting, like the thong was like splitting his balls, and his balls were like hanging out. And it was just like, isn't that a little, it was just weird. And I was like, you can't do that again. And then like, that was kind of like a couple weeks after that, he like beat up his girlfriend, like really bad, like knocked out some teeth. And so people were like, there was murmurs that he shouldn't be allowed around mics. And he came to my mic, and then there was another comedian, and he was like, I'll fucking knock you out, blah blah blah. And it was like, okay, we got to um re-establish what's going on here. And yeah, just things like that. We had a comedian that attacked a comedian over a payout, and he got canceled, and he kept showing up to my mic, and it was just that type of thing. So it was just always kind of something crazy. There was a week where I got there, because I usually get there like 3:15, 3:30, and like there was cops there, and the owner and the manager, and like I never see those guys. And some street dude came in with a machete and was threatening people and stuff, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is kind of wild. And oh, there's this one time, there's this dude, and it was at the end of the mic, so like everyone had left, and I go into the bathroom, and he's got his hands up against. Have you been in the bathroom at Dante's?
Not for fucking
Yeah.
at
Okay.
least a
Well,
decade.
he's like perpendicular to the toilet, and he's got his hands up against the wall, and he's completely naked. And he's like, I walk in, and he's like looking back like this, and then he starts like wiggling his ass, like completely naked. And I just go to the bouncer, and I'm just like, hey, there's some weird shit in the bathroom. And he's like, weird how? And I was like, there's some naked guy shaking his ass. He's like, what? I was like, bye. And then I left. I was like, this is insane. And I had a buddy, we were like leaving the mic, and as we stepped out onto the street, there was this random guy running by, and he punched him in the face.
Dude, yeah, because you're in fucking Chinatown, dude. You're like right in the thick of where you see everything. There's you're seeing that part every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
So then
That's
I don't know, man.
kind of like what I would say is like the wildest mic.
Okay. You gotta have a machete fucking threatening moment for it to be considered, I believe. I think that's part of the criteria of it. But maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not, man. Okay, that's cool, man.
Yeah. And then there's a couple mics. Well, there's this one mic. It's like a mic show, because it's like the comics don't get paid, but it's presented and sold as a show. It's called Murder Casserole, and Colin Maddox runs it, and he does like a deep dive into like murder cases because he's from the Midwest, so he'll do these kind of deep dive murder mystery cases. And in addition to like the comics will do like a set, and then he'll present to them this case, and then they talk about it. So it's really interesting, and it's always fun to, if there's nothing going on, I try to catch that because he doesn't charge me, and
Yeah,
he
that's
puts
cool.
a lot of effort into the like the work that he presents, and so it's always interesting, and he's growing, and it's fun to watch. And but yeah, that's more of a show.
Dude, it's weird, and I think I still have too much pride for this, but I have a hard time paying for shows, man. Like comedy shows or wrestling shows, and I've been to some in the last couple of years where I've paid and had tickets, and it's fucking weird, man. Like it's like I don't want to go if I'm not booked. The old Dennis Stamp and fucking Beyond the Mat, dude. He's fucking trying to figure out the stuff with Terry Funk, where Terry Funk's not booking him in his retirement show, and he's like, I'm not booked, Terry. I'm not going, dude. I'm not going if I'm not booked. And he's just like, he's just gonna go and sit around on the fucking trampoline and just jump on the trampoline. Doesn't do tricks, man. Just fucking jumps on the trampoline until they call, man. And because they're gonna call at some point. But do you have that, man? Do you like? Are you like? Let's say there's the comic that. I mean, are there still comics that you want to see where you would go and pay for a show? Like that, if they came around, would you go to the show as a fucking mark or whatever you want to, however you want to call it, man? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there was this comedian that I discovered probably 6 months ago, and um, he does an online series. His name's Marcus Monroe. He does a series where he's on like a subway, and he'll
Yep.
dress as a character, and he does a lot of like puns and stuff. I love that shit, and I saw he was coming through, but he wasn't even headlining. He was like the feature.
Oh
And
shit.
so like Helium's website didn't even say that he was going there. It was his website that he said. And so I sent him a message, and I was like, hey, it's saying that you're at Helium, but Helium's website doesn't say. And he's like, oh, I'm featuring for Corey B. And the opener I never heard of. The headliner, Corey B, like I had seen his stuff online, but I was like, nah, I don't dig it. But this Marcus dude, I was like, I want to go just to see him. But then, Brendan, he works at Helium. So I was just like, hey, can you throw me on the guest list for Marcus? And then when Marcus was done performing, I, kind of chased him down in the hallway, shook his hand, told him I think he's funny. And it was really
Cool.
cool because it was just like, he's like near my age. And I don't know, it felt so good because it came from my heart. And I was just like, this is like, you're funny. I want to see you. You're
Yeah.
funny. And he was really, really cool about that. And I didn't totally mark out and ask him for a picture or ask him to like sign my ticket stub or anything, which,
Or your tits.
yeah, or my shaft,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
don't worry.
You could.
You don't need a big Sharpie. You can just use a little.
The fine tip
Yeah.
Sharpie. Yeah.
And there's this other comedian, but I don't know. Like, I'm just keeping my eyes peeled. His name is Quinn Dale, and I discovered him like a couple weeks ago, and he's super funny. But
Came to your
uh,
mic, or do you see him at another mic?
no, I saw him online. I
Oh,
saw
okay.
his like his 10-minute just for laughs or whatever it was. It was John Lovitz Presents, but I saw that and I was like, holy shit! I want to do a deep dive analysis of his material and his like, this is a tag, this is a setup, and things like that, so people could see me break that down. But yeah,
That's
other than
good.
that, like, um, Christopher Titus came through, and I didn't go see that. I got the dates wrong, so I didn't get to see that. And then um, Nick Swardson, he hasn't been through here in a while, but he's kind of the other one that I'd, those four guys are the ones that I would go out of my way to see. And of course,
Cool.
like, I always joke at work because we got a lot of nurses that are going on a lot of trips, and one of our nurses, she's from Vegas, so people have been going to Vegas a couple times a year or whatever with her, and I never miss the opportunity when they're like, oh yeah, so and so and I, we're gonna go to Vegas this weekend, and I go, to see Carrot Top. And they're like, no.
Oh,
I'm like, you should go see Carrot Top. But that's more of like a bucket list thing.
yeah,
I'd like to see him live.
yeah, dude. My friend Todd has a mic down there.
Okay.
If you ever go down there, man. Like, I don't know. Do you ever go out of town? Do you do gigs out of town, or you mostly stay in town, or what?
Mostly in town. I go to Eugene once a month to visit the family, and I always try to get something going on there. But it's even more thin than here. Like, they have the Olson Run Comedy Club, but they have a little bit of a process to being on their shows that I haven't really pursued. I just,
Sure.
usually it's just like, oh, mom, you want to go watch some comedy tonight? Like, I'll hit up Seth and get on the mic or whatever. But and then yeah, I've gone up to Washington a few times.
Where are you going up there? Are you going to like
There was a
Seattle, or are you going like out to
no
the coast?
no there's this one
Tri-Cities.
in Vancouver, and then there's one in
Oh,
Yakima.
okay.
Which
How
Yakima?
was Yakima's
It,
out there?
it,
How was Yakima?
it,
Do you get to do some different kind of jokes?
yeah, they're a little more
Sure. Yakima. Yakima.
comfortable with.
They're
They're a little
Yakima.
more comfortable. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's cool. They're Yakima.
Yeah, yeah,
If you know
yeah.
Yakima, they're Yakima.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a little bit more chill about questionable content, which I like because we should be able to explore.
Sure. Yeah, man. And so, yeah, dude, I like doing those shows out there in the fucking Yakima type places, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I did Coeur d'Alene. That was an interesting one, man.
Idaho?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, that was a crowd. I had some dude that it's this big fat dude in the crowd, dude, and he fucking took off his shirt and he had fucking Free Willy written across his tits. And I don't know why he took off his shirt. I don't remember why, but it was during my set, dude. He took off his shirt. I don't fucking know, man, but it was a thing, and he's just like, I don't know why it said Free Willy. I guess he was a big guy, but
Was it a tattoo or just Sharpie?
yeah, it was a tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a big tattoo. It was like bigger than this. It was like that, dude. Like a whole fucking across it, Free Willy. I think Free Willy died recently to bring the show down. It might have been a long time ago, but I know that Free Willy's not alive anymore. I can tell you that. I think I watched that
Keiko,
movie.
wasn't it Keiko? Kiko
Yep.
or something?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That was a weird thing, dude. I think I went out there to the coast once and saw it, and I was like, this is sad, dude. I don't want to do that. I don't
If
want to
you thought
fucking
you were
see it again.
depressed, just look
Yeah.
at this whale.
Yeah, and fucking I think it was in Newport. I want to say is where they had it kept at the aquarium. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. That was weird. That was a whole thing. That movie. Did you ever see that movie? Free
Yeah,
Willy?
when I was like 10, maybe.
Do you remember any of it? I don't remember shit
Mhm.
except for the fucking. There's the part, but it's only because of like I see the stuff like where the whale jumps over him. But like I probably don't remember that because I see like pictures of it or a video of it, but I don't remember a fucking thing from that movie. Besides that, it was a very forgettable movie.
I
Shout
think I
out to
remember. I
film.
think I remember a scene where the kid's crying. But
That sounds about right. It's like Willie's fucking trapped, man.
he's just like, oh.
Dude, I don't know, man. That's a weird fucking concept for a movie. A boy and his fucking whale, dolphin. Was he a whale?
Whale, killer whale.
Killer whale. He was a kid in a killer whale, dude. Where the killer whale is fucking a good guy. The killer whale isn't like
He's the protagonist.
yeah, it's not the was it Jonah in the whale in the Bible? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember who was in the Bible. Was it Jonah in the whale in the Bible? Who was okay? Yeah, Jonah in the whale, man. Where the guy gets stuck in the whale and then he like burns it from the inside, and then he gets out of the whale. He escapes the whale. So that's the story, man. The whole
All
thing,
right.
man. Yeah.
It's essentially the Bible.
Yeah, yep, right. It's a story after a story after a story that's been translated a lot of times and probably catered to fit a narrative and then fit another narrative and then fit another narrative. And then it just sort of went. And that's where it is now. And that's where a lot of books are now. What's up with the Bryan Withawhy book? Where is that?
It's in the works.
It's in the works, dude.
Yeah.
Microsoft works.
Yeah, Microsoft Works, Microsoft Word, Excel, whatever. Pick whichever one you like.
Yeah, dude. Got some cells in there, dude. Doing some formulas, and all that good shit. I don't know what you do in Excel. You just fill in little boxes and it gives you formulas that you have to plug into things. I didn't do a lot of Excel. I don't know, man. So you're throwing that in a document of some sort right now.
Yeah.
How are you doing that on your phone and computer? Are you doing that only on your computer? Are you doing that with a notepad? Are you doing that with a legal pad? Are you doing that with a stone and chisel? Are you doing it with a typewriter? Are you doing it with a word processor? Are you doing it with smoke signals?
I'm doing it with an app in my phone called Notes.
Okay, that's good. So you have it on you all the time. Do you have a joke book anymore?
Yeah, and then I do. I have. Oh yeah, I have a joke book, and I also, in addition to the joke book, when I work on jokes at work, I'll get like a blank sheet of computer paper and fold it up into quarters and keep that in my pocket so I can work on stuff at work, and then when I come home, I can flesh it out in my actual notebook.
Do you take pictures of your notes? Like, if you're writing them out, do you take like your camera and go there's without the sound of that happening? But do you take a picture of it so you have like or do you keep all your notes in your notebooks and stuff, or do you have any record, or you just throw them away?
Oh no, I keep all my notes. I used to because I'm kind of an anxious dude. I used to carry all my notes, so I would have like 3 or 4 notebooks and like a stack of papers with me. And then one day, it was like raining, and I dropped my notebook, and so that got me to like I dropped it, and I didn't realize I dropped it, and then I got to the venue, and I was like, "Shit, where's my notebook?" And then when I came home a couple hours later, it was like face down on the wet pavement. Mm-hmm. And that got me to get comfortable with, because the safety blanket of having my notes, it got me comfortable with, okay, I need to start practicing getting on stage without notes notes in my pocket or without my notebook, and that was a few years ago. But yeah, I save everything, I keep everything, I date every page.
Do you go in front of a mirror, or are you mostly watching feedback from your sets? Like, and where do you put the phone? Do you put it so it's showing like? Do you have it facing you and the audience? Like, do you have like, if I was doing comedy still, I would have one pointed at me and then one pointed out at the audience,
Okay.
and then just watch them together, because like both parts are very fucking important. And I'd have the part on me like kind of as close up as you can, and then just like, have them this way, like going out, because and then seeing like the crowd, like even small things. And I like watching it with other people too. Like, um, yeah, I think it's important to see both, because there's two totally different things going on. And then you can even see like small parts in people that are watching, seeing what parts they're kind of like, or, like, maybe they're not, because then I think you can be more in the moment without having to worry about that as much, being able to do it, but still being able to, check that later. Um, but
So
I
were
don't know.
you,
Yeah.
when you did it, were you recording with your phone and like both cameras, or did you have two different recording
No,
devices?
I've never done that before. I just think now, like, that's what I would do if I was
Okay.
still doing it. I've never done it, but if you have another, like, if you have a phone and a camera, or an old fucking phone, your old phone still has a video, and you can just record it and take it home and transfer it however you want. But yeah, I would totally be able to. I would want to film both, and anybody that you're working with, I would want to do the same for them, because then you can both really analyze a lot more. Um, like, yeah, any fucking thing. Like, because I was talking with my friend, him and we run like I don't know, kind of we call it yoga, but it's whatever, but it's like grounding yoga, qigong, and meditation. Um, and so like I want to go and film us, and then film the fucking people that are in the class, and kind of see what's going on, just to be able to study it more, and not like, if, so I don't know, I want to know what can be done better.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I've only ever recorded myself,
But
but
you
that's
you can, yeah, you can see the audience, and you're in it, you're going with the audience. Um you know you can sense an audience. You don't need to have everything. However, dude, like, you can pivot. You're a pivoter, a good pivoter. And
Rosie the Pivoter.
yeah, dude, Rosie the pivoter, dude. That's who we need right now, man. Bring out Rosie the pivoter, dude. We need a lot of Rosie the pivoters in the world. Um, because, dude, you've been doing comedy. You started before I did. I want to say you were doing it like 07, 08, maybe.
Yep.
Is that right?
What
Because
year? What year did Chris Benoit do his thing? Was that '08 or '09?
07,
'07.
07.
Okay, I started the year after that because I was on the
Okay.
cruise line. I was working on the cruise line as a
What?
waiter when that happened, and then that's when I remember distinctly doing laundry like the day of or the day after I heard of that. I was doing laundry on the ship, and that's when I was like, I'm gonna sit down and write. And that was like my first time
Oh,
that I like. Well, if you go back to like before I worked on the cruise line, I had done comedy for like 6 months, but I think I was just too young because I was an anxious dude, and I would do an open mic and be like, all right, I'm good for a week, and it takes a while to get past that and to do a mic, and good or bad, but like to feel like that's enough. And like now, I don't like last week Dante's was canceled because there was a big band that came through, and I didn't realize how doing hosting, how that like warms me up into like comedy mode.
Right.
And I feel like after I host, that's my W for the day. So then there's no stress to fail or succeed at the other mics. And then so last week when I didn't do Dante's, I was just like, I don't feel like I've done my warm up. Like I don't feel like I'm ready to do this 3-minute mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do 3 minutes for people?
Oh, at Dante's I do 5 minutes, but a lot of mics are 3 or 4 minutes, and then some of them are 5. But at Dante's, like I said, there's like 3 or 4 people that show up at the start, so those people usually will do like 7 or 8 minutes, and then there's been times where it's a thin turnout, so I'll have people do like 10 or 15, and then I kick
Oh,
them like a 10 spot or whatever. I'm just like,
that's
hey, I
cool,
need,
man.
it's like, hey, I need you to like fill some time until so and so gets here. So if you could just kind of like cook, that would be appreciated. And then, I'll slip them some money.
Whoa. That's pretty fucking dope.
I appreciate when people are willing to even try, because some people, and I get it, because I used to go there, and like when I first started, people would be like, what's your name? I'm like, Brian. They're like, have you done comedy before? It's like, yeah, technically, but like not enough to confidently say yes. And so that right there is kind of like, all right, I'm going to hang out in the room, and when I see you struggling, I'll give you the light. But usually, that doesn't, it's rare that we get people that have never done comedy before. Usually it's just like audience members that are like, I can try this. And then they
Oh
hang
shit,
out the
yeah.
whole time, and then they go up at the end, and then they get super uncomfortable because they don't really know what they see people doing it. They're like, oh, this is easy. And they
Right.
get on stage and realize it's actually very difficult.
Yeah, it's a little harder than people think.
That's why so many
Yeah.
people are bad at it.
Right. Yeah. It's you gotta fucking study the old, man. You gotta understand why things happen. You need to have a story of some sort. And it's gotta fucking people are there to laugh. They're there to have that experience, man. They're not there to
I gotta
fucking
plug my phone.
that's
There we
cool,
go.
man.
I just had to plug my phone in, Rusty. That's all.
It's all right, man. That's cool, man. Sometimes plugs phones got to get plugged in, man. That's the way of the
So
life,
I
man.
wanted to show you. I wanted to show you because I haven't hung up any of my art in my apartment. It's like super bare walls.
Yeah.
But I got my uncle. He painted this for me. He's an amazing
Oh, dude,
painter.
that's cool
That's
as
from my
shit, man.
show. Right? It's watercolor. It's from my show at Star Theater that I did.
Dude, will you do me a favor?
Yes.
Will you take a picture of that and send that to me, and I'll use that for the fucking. I'll put that in the fucking thumbnail, man.
Sure.
That's cool as shit, man.
Right. And it's so dope because he and this is really cool. You'll appreciate it because you did like the online sales and stuff. But
Oh,
he
yeah.
retired a few years ago, and we went to Oklahoma for his son's wedding, my cousin's wedding, and he had been painting since he retired, but he kind of hit this wall because he was retired, so like his income was limited. And I started talking to him about like Etsy and selling merch on Amazon, and I helped him set up accounts. And the last 2 years, he's been selling his watercolor paintings on like handbags and pillows and stuff. And
Whoa.
he's having quite a bit of success. And it's so dope because it's just like it's so cool to see me affect someone's life so positively. And he's my uncle, mom's younger brother, so that creates a lot of just like loving energy. And he's coming out for Thanksgiving, and he's gonna paint a picture for my brother and his wife for their new house that they just bought.
Oh shit, yeah, dude.
So
Is
mhm.
what was I gonna say? I don't know. I fucking lost that, dude. That's fucking long gone, whatever that was.
Here's my other art that I haven't hung up yet. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Boom!
Of fucking the Earth. Is
Flat
that
Earth map, baby.
the flat Earth map, dude? Um,
That's right.
what year's that from?
1892.
1892, dude. Is that a
Yeah.
like a print of like? Did you get it
Yeah.
as like a print?
Yeah, it's not. It's
like it's not an
yeah.
original.
It was
I know
probably. It was probably. Okay.
but it's what the old map was in 1892.
Correct.
Dude, that's pretty fucking cool, man. All right. Oh, so are you still doing merch by Amazon? Because you got me into
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're the one that told me to get on Amazon merch, dude. And that was fucking at least when I was back in Minnesota. So that would have been at least like 2019, maybe 2019, 2020, somewhere in there. And yeah, like I've been making some new designs, but I still haven't really sold anything. And I don't know if I need to market it or what, but you had some that were doing pretty well.
Yeah. I still bring in like a couple hundred each month, but I physically
Awesome.
haven't logged into my merch. Yeah, my merch by Amazon account. I haven't logged in probably 2 years.
Whoa, dude. Even with fucking chat
Yeah.
GPT and shit, dude. You're not on there taking every idea that you have and just making it.
No, my laptop stopped working, and then I just kept procrastinating on getting it fixed, and then
What's
just
wrong with it?
got involved with other. The screen won't. This like I think the screen the button on the front goes on, and the battery holds a charge, but the screen physically won't like illuminate and light up.
Okay. So it's like a hardware, not a software problem.
Right. Right.
Okay. Because yeah. Okay, then never mind. That's yeah, dude. I would or start fucking banking them if you're getting ideas, man. Fucking bank them and put them somewhere, dude. Because like, how many ideas have you had so far with all your shirts, dude? And like now, there's like making the art is so easy, dude. Like you can anything you fucking want, dude. Um, and then especially if you go and I do use fucking any of that stuff at all. Speaking of, now that you're talking about people like actually making art, and then I'm talking about fucking chat GPT and shit. And all, yeah, I want to ask about that too. So do you use AI besides spell check
For writing, for
for
comedy.
anything? For anything.
Oh yeah. I wrote when I first kind of started messing around with Chat GPT. I was using it to write jokes. I would prompt it with like, give me 100 one-liners in the combination of the styles of this comedian, and this comedian, separate it by these categories. And then I would basically use those. I wasn't ever like repeating those jokes, but I would use those jokes as like a starting point and just like, oh, I see where the idea is in this joke, and then put it into my words. So there was, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, dude, like, I've like it's so fucking good, like, and you can go and like if you can transcribe all your notes, fucking like how much of it do you have uploaded into there, man? Like taking your notes or taking your sets, just like transcribing your set and then like um uploading that into your GPT, like make a GPT for Bryan Withawhy, like a whole GPT instead of just like a you know a note or whatever. And then like upload all that, dude, and like then like have it analyze it and like make new jokes. I mean, like from and like the style of you, dude, and like you make it all yours, dude. Like and then like all that shit's right there, dude. And like it will understand you or when you're going up on stage, dude. You know, take the talking part in there, or you know, just the listening part where it just you can do that where it's talking back to you, or just where it's listening, and then you can just do that and upload that so it gets what you sound like, what your flow's like, what you're talking about, and have it help you there, man. Like you can make it totally you and make it your like I don't know. If I was doing that, I would do that. I would for sure do that if I was because I'm pretty good at fucking getting down what needs to get down for that shit and setting those up. If I mean, you've already probably done quite a bit, but if you ever want to try something a little different, dude, I'd be happy to show you, man. Just so you don't have to ever use it, but you just have it, and like the more you use it, maybe the better it might get. You might be able to use it eventually, but yeah, dude, like make a fucking Bryan Withawhy GPT and just
Yep.
fucking. So I mean, interrupt you with all that and go on that tangent.
Oh, we're just chatting, man. We're touching base and catching up, and it's good. So it doesn't really matter.
Okay, well, yeah, dude, if you want to do that,
I do. That would
okay,
be that would be
yeah,
dope.
dude,
Yeah, because I'm always looking for. I'm not looking for like shortcuts, but I'm looking for like systems to expedite the process from like having an idea to figuring out why it's funny to expanding on it.
dude, yeah, it's not about fucking finding shortcuts, dude. This is called fucking like learning about it. You can learn the craft. You can explain. You can ask it to explain why this is funny about your own jokes. Like, what is the funny part? Like, and like it can pick up like the little synchronicities of everything, dude. Like where you should like add more time, especially like if you're able to talk to it with like what the audience was reacting. Like I saw this person in the second row was laughing, but this person in the front row right there was not. And like, you know, then you can say like about the person, like what the person was like, what they were, you know, just feed it fucking all kinds of data, dude, and just have it like funny bot, dude. uh I don't know, man. It's some like you can make it so strong with what you're doing, and like because you got to learn the stuff, and like you can have it like you were talking, like you can say like you were saying at the beginning, like with the 100 one-line jokes, like I want to make this
Mm-hmm.
person that is, you know, a combination of like those four people that you would pay to see, plus maybe, you know, four other comedians that you maybe are dead or that, you know, that you want to put in there and just have it be like, I'm talking to each one of these people. I want them all to be in a circle with me. Like, and I want what each person would say to this part of the joke as a response.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. There was one time where I had prompted it to give me the, you know, X amount of one-liners, but I also had prompted it to state what the laughter trigger was of each joke. So it would have the joke, and then it would have the parentheses, and it would explain. It wasn't quite like what's funny about this, but it's like what's the direction, what's the assumption, what's the misdirection, what's the turn. Because
Right.
I want to be able to, like, a lot of times when I get ideas for jokes, it's funny and I don't know why,
And
and I want to gain confidence in knowing why something is funny. So if I say something and someone doesn't laugh, it's not anything I did, because I know that the joke is funny and I know why it's funny. They're just, and that was like
that's
another reason why I really got into analyzing and like reaching out to like comedy writing books and the Jerry Corley Breaking Comedy's DNA, because I was like, if I can understand why something's funny, then I have no reason to question the material when people don't laugh.
yeah. And
It's
dude, you
it's
should. Oh, go ahead.
it's just it's the person and something about them why they're not laughing. Usually it's because they're like not paying attention, because what
Yeah.
you said before that wasn't funny. So they're
Right.
distracted. But I've always been like, I need to know why something's funny, because like I remember when I first started dabbling, and Ron Funches was hosting mics at Harvey's and Suki's and shit, and he's up there doing his shit, and I'm just like, why are people laughing? Like, I don't, nothing he's saying is funny. It's all in his presentation, in the big fat, like, holding the microphone in front of him, giggling like a, what does he say, a Asian schoolgirl or whatever. And like, all that stuff is true, but like when I talked to him off stage and everything, I was like, this guy's like not captivating. Like, there's nothing he's saying that's like drawing me in. Like, he's just he's almost just like a, I don't know, he's like funny looking and talks funny. Um, but I mean, he's very unique. I'm not trying to discredit him at all. He's very unique, but I have not been able to figure out what's funny about him other than like how he sounds and the way he looks. But it's not his actual material. It's more that like Portland shit where it's just like, I'm going to tell you I have a kid, and I'm going to tell you that I took him to the vet, and I read this pamphlet on, 40% of cats are overweight. No, that's one fat pussy. Like, huh?
Right. Like,
Uh,
oh, well, that's it.
it's
That was
fascinating.
that was it. Uh,
The main thing that because this was like before I got like, I have probably 7 or 8 books on comedy now, but this was like before then. And I was like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write down what is funny about him, or what he's doing that I see is working. And it was basically every punchline was the setup to the next punchline. So it was just kind of like da 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 da. It was almost like a bunch of tags, but um the subject matter would shift, so it was technically a different premise. Uh, but that was
yeah.
kind of like, and also like one thing that I noticed with him a lot, because I grew up on like Jim Carrey and like Robin Williams and stuff, so the high energy was kind of like, I assumed when they say you got to have energy, it's always like the frenetic, like ah, hoo, ah, he, ah. But like with
Yeah.
Ron Funches, like I was like, wow, he's really comfortable with slowing it down, and just slowing the pace down, and looking like he's gonna have acute cardiac episode because he's trolling along so slowly and methodically. But yeah, it's just like what worked for him. But I know that, when I want to feel like I'm bringing the energy, because I know that Ron also, like, when people would get too loud in the bars or whatever, he would get quieter. So then it was like people in the room were like shushing people so they could hear him, which a lot of people, when the audience isn't listening, they yell or they get loud, and that's the common reaction. But that was something that I saw him do that I felt I hadn't noticed in anybody else.
He did the Jake the Snake Roberts.
You want to play
Promo.
21? I got 22.
Yeah, dude. And like, okay, I gotta watch this. Like, hold on, dude. Like, he's talking quiet. I can't hear this. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, I gotta hear it. And that's what he did. And it worked well, I guess, for both of them. And it's a different way to do stuff.
Yeah.
There's not there's more than one way to skin a cat, but that whole thing is weird. Where that phrase came from.
Yeah, it would make sense if it was like more than one way to skin a rat.
Right. Instead of a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten cat?
I don't know. I went to China, man.
Well, apparently
I had it here.
Yeah. Apparently they're putting. Have you heard Putin come out saying that they're putting human meat in McDonald's? Yeah,
dude, it's got to be more than McDonald's.
Well, oh yeah, of course, but that's like the
have
first.
You heard the grave diggers talking? Dude, you got to listen to some grave diggers. Not like not grave diggers, but like grave diggers, man. I mean, if you want to go back and listen to some grave diggers, dude, please do it, because it still holds up pretty well, I would say. But grave diggers, like grave diggers on TikTok, dude, or wherever, dude, like they're telling what's going on, dude. They don't give a fuck, dude. Those people fucking seen some shit, dude. The people that fucking dig graves, dude, are some people that they don't fuck around, dude. Like, I feel those people, like, I mean, what do they have to fucking why do they have the reason to lie? Like,
what do they have to gain?
What do they have to gain, dude? They're just fucking. I 100% believe it, and like, I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, when was the last time that you saw a new graveyard pop up?
There's like one up the street, and that's I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you've been alive about as long as I've been alive, dude. I don't know one time there's been a new cemetery that's opened up anywhere that I can think of.
So these grave diggers, are they talking about like going and digging up graves to have plots for other people, or what's the general idea behind finding a new space to bury someone?
I mean, dude, like, how many people die all the time, dude? Like, and like a lot of plots, I think in Germany, you only have the plot for a certain time, then they dig you up and put someone else in there. And but I mean, like, if they're not actually burying people, dude, like, I mean, how easy is it to do a switch, dude? And like, how much meat is on a person? Especially if we've been fattening people up for the last fucking whatever year it was that they started adding a lot of, probably the 80s, mid 80s, a lot of different stuff into the foods to make us fatter. It would probably be pretty good for human meat. So do you think that people are breeding human meat? Do you think that that's true?
I do. Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
Well, and it's really weird too, because it's it's like they straight up can say that meat that they put in tacos at Taco Bell is taco filling.
Right.
They don't even have to call it meat. And I learned when I worked at Burger King, you know, 25 years ago, there was one time when I was putting the patties on the grill, and you get the patties are frozen in a plastic bag in a box, and you'd open the box and open the plastic bag and put the patties in. And there was one time where there was a chunk of plastic bag stuck to the burger, and it was the Whopper patty, so it was like a bigger piece, and I was like, I couldn't pull the plastic. It was only like that much of a piece of plastic like frozen into the meat, and I was like pulling on it, and I was like fairly new, so I asked the manager, Matt, I was like, should I throw this away? And he was like, no, just put it through the oven. They're allowed like 13 or 8% whatever of foreign material. And I was like, and like, we're serving that? And he was like, yeah, there's no way to uh prevent all like foreign sub. I was like, this doesn't like really like, I could see it being making sense from like a corporate level, but like I wouldn't want to eat that. And it was just weird that he was just so casual about it. But he also wrote me up uh for refusing to clean shit out of the urinal. I was like, I don't get paid enough to do that. And he wrote me up for it, and then I paid someone else $20 to do it.
Smart move, man. Worth every fucking
Yeah.
penny there, dude. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a fan of piss, not a big fan of poo.
Yeah. That's fair, man. You gotta know what your limits are, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like you can consume urine like 3 times before it gets toxic.
Yeah.
You can't consume fecal matter at all and not get hepatitis and like severe flu symptoms like at all.
Yeah.
Like it's just not.
I mean, you're in the medical field.
Yeah.
Yeah, like makes sense. You probably see some stuff that has to do with that from that sort of event.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's some stuff that like if someone has C. diff,
Yeah.
oh, it's you take the worst smelling gas and shits you've ever smelt, and someone that has C. diff is like 10 times worse. Like it's just it
Whoa.
just smells like something's dying in there, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, and you have a shared roommate, like, oh.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting, and I'm grateful that I have a really strong stomach, but I
Yeah.
also have a really sensitive sense of smell.
Okay.
So it's like
Yeah.
I'll I'll smell something in the hallway sometimes, and I'll just be like, hey, like this is a different smell. Can you come see if you smell it as well? And
Oh, okay. So you're like the fucking
the
cat that
bloodhound,
fucking can tell when people are gonna die. But
yeah,
you're like that with the smell. You're the canary in the coal mine. You're that first line of defense now. It's your
mhm,
superpower.
yeah,
You're the
it is
smeller,
the
the
smeller, yeah,
sniffer, the sniffer. Smeller might be better. Sniffer can be weird. Yeah, you're the smeller, man.
yeah,
That's your superpower. So you can smell all that very fast.
yeah,
Whether you're like, I'm okay, dude. It fucking smells horrible, but like I'm here. I can do this, man. I can fucking
yeah.
I can take care of this. I'm not gonna fucking throw up.
The closest I ever, and this was weird, the closest I ever got to throwing up at work was when, because we do this thing called environmental rounds, where we, at the start of each shift, we go through each room and we clean out the garbage, clean out the linens, check under the mattress for contraband or whatever. And a lot of times with psych patients, they don't grasp the concept of like perishable foods. So they'll like get a bunch of cheese or something and just like keep it on their nightstand. And, that obviously will cause a lot of gastric issues. But this patient had a cup. They got it on like their lunch tray or breakfast tray, but it was a cup of like a white substance with like the plastic lid. And I grabbed it and I like shook it a little bit, and it was like a little runny but kind of sloshy. So I thought it was yogurt. And so I was like, oh, let me just smell this. So I cracked the lid off and took a huge whiff, and it was sour cream. And it
Okay,
just,
that's
my
good.
brain was so not ready for that. And it was just like such a out of left field punch in the face. And it was just like, whoa.
Holy shit.
Maybe a subtle waft should be the approach more often. But I could have swore, I was like, this is yogurt. This has got to be yogurt. And I smelled it and I was like, holy shit. I'm so glad she didn't eat this.
Yeah. So to go bring this around, man. So the soda that you drink or the other drinks, do you ever have a dirty soda, or do you know what a dirty soda is? Is that okay? So dirty soda, dude. When I lived in Utah, they had these and they were huge because, I don't know. It's you can't have a lot of stuff if you're Mormon,
Yeah, which, Mormon, more like less, mon, right?
So, dude, I don't know, man. It's let me see if I can pull this up here. And okay. So I can add that. Okay. So like if you have Coke, like you can put like coconut, vanilla, and cream in there. It's called a dirty Nash, I guess.
Okay. A dirty
like,
what? Mash?
Nash. I don't know maybe that's just where this is here. This is in Tennessee. But like one of the ones that I liked was cherry Coke, Dr. Pepper with vanilla, like coffee creamer.
Okay.
Dude, like there's some wild shit on there, man. Let me but yeah, I don't know. But if you ever get a chance, man, if you want to, I don't know if it's quite hot Tang. It's not, I mean, hot Tang is what I would fucking go for. If you're going to try something out, dude, if I'm going to put over one thing, dude, it's fucking hot Tang, dude. I'm going to have to hit up Tang, and I'm going to have to reach out to the Tang people and ask if anyone does hot Tang. If not, I'm going to be the fucking hot Tang spokesman, dude. I'll put that shit over if you like those kind of things. But I bet hot Tang with some sort of creamy something would be pretty good, dude. Like a whipped cream kind of a thing, and there probably be pretty fucking tasty. Those dirty soda places, dude, they were all over. There was one called Swig, and they were just fucking everywhere. There was like 2 Starbucks that were in town, at least in South Central Salt Lake City, where I was, dude. I think there was 2 that were around there, dude, and they had fucking lines going out the fucking around the block, like into the street, dude. Like I told my friend, she has, my friend Holly, she has some of those bikini coffee carts. I don't know if you see those around town.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got girls that'll get grabbed and stuff.
Okay, yeah, dude. Okay, I told her that like someone's got to do that down there, dude. They can fucking do pretty all right down there if they had that. But it's not good when people are grabbing them, dude. That's fucked up. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of like, but I don't know. Coffee down there is pretty wild, dude. It's a wild game, dude. Because they're not supposed to drink coffee. So like, you know, like a bunch of the
Missionary once a month.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
dude. If I
The closest
Go
I
ahead.
finished that thought.
No, that's it.
I was just gonna say the closest I got to what are you drinking? Is that pre-mixed or is that like a Crystal Light as well?
Pre-mix, man. Yeah, like I mix it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like one of those drop things. There's not many that don't have a whole bunch of weird shit in it. I try to get those, but I've been trying to, you know, drink a little bit more water, somewhat, if I can. It's not good water. It's not water that replenishes you. We got to go to other countries for that. We gotta. We have shit like it makes you more thirsty when you drink it because they take out all the fucking minerals that you need when you're thirsty. The same with all our food and shit. They take out all the minerals, so you have to buy the supplements for the shit. It's, you know, you can have half a glass of water in any other country, dude, and your fucking thirst is quenched. Here, you fucking drink, like, you have to get those big fucking bottles, dude, and you drink those, and you're still fucking thirsty. We fuck around. We fuck around, and we're finding out, and we're probably eating humans, man. So speaking of eating humans, if you want to go to humans and eat them, I'm saying that at his mic there may or may not, like, you know, you may or may not be able to bring outside human food. That's up to maybe Bryan for his show, but if they want to find your show or find out how to work with you or take your class or read your book when it's all there, dude, how are they going to do that? How are they going to find your shirts?
Well, I got all my comedy on. Basically, I load everything through Instagram, and then I have my videos on YouTube. Sometimes I put stuff on TikTok, like skits and stuff. I've done some skits, and yeah, I think messaging me on like Instagram would probably be the quickest, or on Facebook in terms of finding out when the new stuff comes out. I think Instagram, I would properly promote the stuff that's coming out, but that'd probably be the best to find out about the new projects. But yeah, YouTube's the best spot for like all my stand-up videos.
You can find those in the
I did
description.
send you like,
yeah,
I'll
put
they're
it
all
all
like
in
slight, like I tried to get them to match when I made the accounts, and then I
doesn't work.
It doesn't like, not, there's not going to be one name unless you have a bunch of like numbers and bullshit in it.
Yeah,
Because I made that YouTube account like 12 years ago or something, and there's like 5 or 6 Bryan Withawhys, and I wanted to find, I wanted to find a combination that had the WITHAWHY in the like account name, so that would be kind of universal through, because it was either that or Bryan WITHAY, like with Y, which is how it originally started. And I thought it was, you know, had more cachet if it was WHY.
right.
But yeah, all the accounts can be found in the description. I sent those over, and but I did, on the topic of dirty sodas, I did want to mention that one thing that I did used to drink that I really liked, but I had to mix it myself because this was before they did the flavor infusion fountain stuff at like McDonald's and stuff. But I would mix vanilla, Coke, and lemonade.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
how did that turn out?
it's it's like my favorite like mocktail.
Okay. Yeah, dude, because you got to get those mocktails when you're not drinking. You got to fucking give yourself that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, man. I'm losing you a little bit.
A little bit.
There you go. Okay.
You can hear
You're
me. You're
back.
good. Yeah.
Yep.
How's your ankle and your fitness and your nutrition these days?
Dude, I changed it all last year, dude. Like I got last October I got into DDP yoga and dude, fucking changed my whole life.
Good.
Fucking yeah, dude. I was like at my in my appeals for like full disability, and I started doing yoga like 2 days before, 3 days before, and then I just fucking got better, and like I got better fast, and so um, I just tried to do it every day and try a different thing, and so yeah, dude, I don't know, it's been better. It's not like my body's getting worse all the time,
Right.
and I think so. Smoking weed helped at first. That was the thing that fucking made it the first time. I'd say smoking weed, and when I had a chiropractor pop my knee, I'd say after my third surgery, got my third surgery, and then I had the chiropractor pop my knee, and smoking weed were probably the two things that like turned my life around, and then DP yoga. I think
That's
that's it,
wild.
dude. Yeah, yeah, and so yeah, man, it just fucking got better, man.
It's good
How
to
about you,
hear.
dude? Thanks, man.
I've been inc- I don't exercise as much as I should, but I do a lot of body weight stuff on days that I work. Part of my like getting in the zone for work because I do 12-hour night shifts at the psych hospital. And sometimes I'm not wanting, but I do this. I do body weight stuff, and then I have this meditation routine
Ooh,
that I do, and it's a Wim Hof guided meditation, and I
cool.
it's a 45-minute thing, and I start it in the shower because I'll do the cold showers, and then I
Sweet.
come out and do it in my on my yoga mat space and finish it there, and that's really cool. And I've been getting my nutrition in, and I've actually in the last like 2.5 3 months I'm up 14 pounds.
Whoa, dude.
So I'd like to
Cool.
I'd like to get up. Um, I'd like to put on like another 16 or so. I'm 188 right now. I want to get up to, I'd like to get over 200. Um, when I graduated high school, I was 215, but it was a lot of fat, a lot of like Mountain Dew and Cheez Its and Warcraft induced.
Yeah.
But I've been eating a lot of eggs,
Oh shit.
and
Good.
like my go-to for getting protein, and this was something that I picked up from Austin Theory, and it was like Austin Theory and Rene Dupree was the tuna pouches.
Oh yeah,
And
that's a
so
good
I'll
idea.
crack one of those at work and scoop the tuna out into a cup and get rid of the juice, and then I have like a, I don't know, like a quarter sleeve of Ritz or something, and I just kind of bite a tuna, couple Ritz, bite a tuna, and I do that with the hard boiled eggs too. But I put a lot of like mustard and pepper on them. But it's just
Oh
like come
yeah.
home, have 2 or 3 eggs, have my chocolate milk, and it's cool. And I believe that the weight that I've put on is healthy weight, and it's directly from eating the whole foods and eating the protein and really trying to like think like when I'm eating stuff like Like they have a lot of candy in the candy drawer at work, and I usually fast until like I'll eat something light before I go to sleep, and then I fast until like 10 p.m. So I won't
Yeah.
eat for like, I don't know, 14 hours or whatever every day that I work. Um, and they have a candy drawer, and people are always putting in like whatever Halloween type candy in there and stuff. And I would open the drawer and I'd look at it and I'd shut it. And like some of the bigger nurses would be like, "Oh, you're skinny enough. You can eat that candy." And I was like, "I'm skinny because I don't eat the candy." I got
Yeah.
nurses that'll eat throughout the course of a night, like, I don't know, like 10 pieces, like 10 Milky Ways or Twix or whatever. And it's just like,
Wow.
I get it. I get that one of our um, responses to stress is to activate lower frequency vibrations. So that's like food and self stimulation and stuff like that. And so the more you can hold back from giving in, the stronger you get. And so one thing that I started doing the last couple years is when I do get into an episode where I'm like, oh, I really want to make a Twix. I'll do like 2 Twix and a Milky Way, like a sandwich.
Yeah.
But I just chew it up and spit it out.
Okay. Just
And
get the flavor.
yeah, and and some people, like some of the people I've worked with, have like argued that it's wasteful or it's a precursor to an eating disorder. But I just
Yeah.
remind them that I used to be in a spot where I would get so high and eat so much that I would get sick and throw up. And this is much more healthy than that.
Yeah. Totally,
So
dude.
that's kind of like a trick. And after I eat, like, or I chew up and spit out like a Milky Way or a Snickers, I'll like chase it with like a high chew or a airhead and like chew that up and spit that out. And um, that was something I used to do when I was younger, and I would chew like Bubblicious. I would like
Okay.
chew it up and just spit the juice and the saliva that generates, because I'm like, I don't want to swallow all this sugar. And
Yeah.
yeah, and the nurses, they make plenty of money. They don't need to harp on me about, you're not eating the candy. It's like, well, actually, this is how I eat the candy. No one's ever questioned. They just joke that it's like, you might have an eating disorder. And I'm like, well, I actually do. This is how I cope with it, or this is how I manage
Right.
it.
Yeah. Did with the airheads, do you like flick them like this? Like you take them and like do this and shake them and shit?
I do that, but what I do first is I hold on.
Because I've never done it. I don't know if
I
it
do
works.
that.
I've heard a lot of people do that.
It does, but one way that I found out how to expedite that process is you like take the airhead, the ends, and you physically push it together, and you like mash up the
Oh,
airhead inside of the package. And then when it's kind of balled up, then you do the shaking thing, because it'll get rid of the lines and make it like a dense ball, like a smooth egg, rather than like a folded up airhead. But I mean, that's
all right.
fun, but yeah, I always just, once I started doing that, I just like physically pushed it together and then shook it. But um, yeah, not lately. I haven't done that lately. I just kind of open it up, chew it, and then when I feel like it's starting to like fall apart,
Yeah.
then that's when I spit it out.
It's like, "Psh, see you later, bitch."
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, GTFO.
yeah. What up? So that is the show, man, dude. I'm gonna if you want to hop or stay on, You can stay on.
Well,
Like I said,
I wanted to ask you one last thing because we didn't talk
sure,
much about wrestling.
sure.
It's kind of a two-parter, but it's
Ooh.
who do you think is going to be Cena's last opponent, and then who in AEW are you excited? Like, who do you like to watch in AEW? Those are the
Um,
two questions.
dude, someone said that it should have been fucking uh Tanahashi, and if I would have been Tanahashi, like fucking, if they would have worked together 15 years ago, 10 years ago, even, dude, it would have been so fucking good. Um, I don't know, man. I really haven't been watching much of either lately. I've been going back and watching a lot of other stuff. I've been watching fucking ECW. I've been watching uh, old WWF, old WCW. I've been watching some weird shit. I went to the ECW arena last year at WrestleMania, and that was fucking cool as shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd wanted to go there, man. I'm like, I gotta fucking go, dude. But it was like one of those things like, I can't believe I'm paying for a wrestling ticket, dude. But I'm like, but I've wanted to go there for fucking ever, man. And yeah, I went there like during WrestleMania weekend, and it was pretty fucking cool, man. It's a cool spot. It still fucking had feeling to it. Got to hang out in the big line beforehand, and um, it was weird, man. It was weird,
just
just like,
the energy.
yeah, dude, like just being there, dude. Like I went there and I went to fucking Madison Square Garden, dude, and like I'm like, I gotta go to these places, man. Like being out here, dude. Like you gotta do that shit, dude. Like, but it's like now I'm at a point like where like I feel weird going to these shows. Like I'm not on them. Like I'm not booked, dude. I don't want to go, dude. I don't want to go. I'm not booked, bro.
Right.
Um, so like, yeah, going back to that whole thing. What about you, man? Who do you think his last opponent should be, and who do you like watching in AEW right now?
I think it should be either Gunther or Dominic Mysterio.
You don't think they already
Um,
have enough of a fucking that they're like, because it like whoever this is, what it really should do is cement who the next fucking big guy is gonna be. Um, but
right.
like,
So it should be, in theory, it should be like Dominic or Braun Breaker or yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it should be Dominic Mysterio just because he's got a little bit more aptitude than Braun Breaker. Like he just picked it up
sure,
quicker, it seems. Um, but like I yeah, like Gunther's like our age, so he's like maybe 10 years left.
yeah, if he's
Five of
lucky.
like yeah, like because like I remember seeing Cena and I was just like, wow, he has slowed down.
Yeah.
It
I
just
mean, then you're like, he's been going for fucking over a quarter century, man. He's been
right.
in, you know, WWE over 20. And like, yeah, I mean, we're not spring chickens anymore, man. We're
I
we
remember
we
seeing I remember seeing John Cena's debut when I was at Amanda's house. Amanda was the daughter of Kathy, and Kathy was dating G Shock.
okay.
And I
All
was
right.
at her house, and Garrett and I were watching SmackDown, and John Cena comes out, and he's just like, ruthless aggression. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this guy's got two left feet.
What's he ever gonna do?
Yeah. John Cena.
John Cena,
Yeah.
man.
And in AEW, I like Kyle Fletcher and Thekla.
Who's Thekla?
Thekla, she's a Austrian. She's the Toxic Spider. She's
Okay.
Austrian, but she spent most of her time in Japan.
Cool.
And she came over here, I don't know, like a couple years ago, and she's fairly new on the roster, but she gives me Gail Kim vibes.
Okay.
You know,
Dude,
like, yeah.
do you ever watch 90s Japanese women's wrestling? Like, dude, if you watch AEW, dude, watch I think it was maybe All Japan World Women's Wrestling or something like that is what it's called. But like, dude, everything that the moves, like the move set in AEW for probably 70% of the roster, like they just took 90s women's wrestling and a lot of pro wrestling all over, like a lot of the moves and shit and the style is 90s women's wrestling, dude. It's really fucking good. The Japanese one, 90s Japanese women's wrestling. I'll send you some shit. If you're ever into watching that, dude, it's pretty fucking cool. They're really innovative then. And yeah, dude. I mean, I get fucking burnout on some of the shit sometimes, and that's when I go back and put on old stuff because like I still need to get my wrestling fix and I don't want to be pissed off, like hate watching it, you know. Like I can hate watch it for an episode or two, then like if I keep watching, that's my own fucking fault.
I record on my own star so I can watch it all, get highlights and stuff on Reddit and watch the show and go to her house and WWE stuff. I fast forward through all promo.
Oh, well, he took off. So I guess that's going to be the show. Maybe he'll come back. But I want to thank everyone for being here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. This is a fucking long episode. So I don't do part one or part two. I have done it a few times, but it's just going to be a long one. So thanks, everyone, if you're still here. Find me, rustydiamond.net, hypnosisgreat.com, worldclasscustoms.com. You can go to facebook.com/Union Bridge Yoga if you want to show up in Union Bridge, Maryland, and fucking go to yoga on a Saturday morning at 8 in the morning. Bryan is back, so we're going to add him and check out my books on Amazon and all that shit, and we'll see if we can get him. He's back. I'm wrapping it up, dude. So you want to hang out, man? And I can we can talk. If not, man, you can head on out. Anything else you want to fucking say to fucking send off to put you on the spot?
Just keep your eyes peeled. Check out my comedy. You know, you got to check out my comedy. It's. I put so much effort into it, and it would be cool. It would be cool if if even just one person checked it out and left a comment just to get some feedback. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude. Go
that's
do that.
yeah. I'm so proud of myself, but I'm so proud of myself, but also like I try to remain humble. I know I'm not like that funny, but to me, I'm the funniest fucker I know, and I have so much fun doing it. And if you don't catch it, if they don't catch it now, they'll see it eventually and be glad when they finally do.
Right, dude. Let their inner hipster fucking rise and be like, I saw Bryan Withawhy first on the Public Access podcast, and then I fucking went and checked out his YouTube, and now I fucking, dude, I fucking knew him back then, dude. So yeah, do that, man. And yeah, that is the show, man. Boom.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.